Hello, and welcome back to Learn English Quickly with Podcast. This is episode 2, and today we have another fun English conversation to help you improve your listening skills, learn useful vocabulary, and practice speaking naturally. Whether you're at home, on the bus, or taking a walk, you can follow along and repeat after us to get better at English every day. So relax, get comfortable, and let's start learning together. Part 1. Meeting at the coffee shop. Hi, Alex. Wow, it's so good to see you again. It feels like we haven't met in months. How have you been?
Hey, Sarah. I know, right? Time really flies. I've been doing well, just busy with work. Actually, I just came back from a short holiday in the mountains.
That sounds amazing. What did you do there? Did you go hiking or just relax?
A bit of both. In the mornings, I went hiking on some beautiful trails. The air was so fresh, and I could hear the birds singing. In the afternoons, I just sat by the lake, read a book, and enjoyed the peaceful view.
That sounds perfect. I wish I could take a trip like that. Lately, I've been spending most of my time working and trying new recipes at home. I'm experimenting with healthy cooking.
Healthy cooking. That's great. What kind of dishes have you made?
I tried making grilled salmon with vegetables, and last night I made a quinoa salad. I'm learning that cooking at home is not only healthier, but also a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Plus, when you cook at home, you can control what goes into your food. That's important for staying healthy.
Yes, and it's also a great way to save money. Eating out can be expensive.
True. And cooking is a useful skill for life. Speaking of which, I think you should invite me for dinner one day so I can taste one of your healthy dishes.
Sure, but only if you promise to bring dessert.
Deal. I'll bring something sweet.
By the way, Alex, I've been thinking a lot about how I can improve my English faster. Lately, I've been listening to English podcasts almost every day, and I feel like my listening skills are getting better.
That's a great idea, Sarah. Podcasts are one of the best tools for learning English. You can listen anywhere while cooking, exercising, or even when you're on the bus.
Exactly. I listen when I'm cleaning my apartment or walking to work. I also try to repeat what I hear. This helps me improve my pronunciation and makes me feel more confident when I speak.
Yes, that's called the shadowing technique. You listen to a sentence and then you repeat it right away, almost like you're copying the speaker's voice. It really helps you sound more natural and fluent.
I think it also helps with learning new words. When I hear a new word in a podcast, I write it down in a notebook. Later, I try to use that word in a sentence. For example, I recently learned the word routine. Now I say things like, I have a morning routine, or exercise is part of my daily routine.
That's a smart habit. Building your vocabulary is like building a house. You have to keep adding bricks. Every new word is a brick, and over time, you create a strong structure.
That's a nice way to think about it. I also try to listen to different types of podcasts. Some are conversations like this one, and some are short stories. Stories are great because they keep me interested.
Yes, and they help you understand context. Sometimes you might not know a word, but when you hear it in a story, you can guess its meaning from the situation.
I agree. And one more thing I do is repeat the same episode 2 or 3 times. The first time, I just listen. The second time, I listen and repeat. The third time, I try to speak along with the speaker without looking at the script.
That's perfect practice. Repetition is the key. If you only listen once, you'll forget most of it. But if you listen many times, your brain remembers the words and phrases more easily.
Yes, it's like exercise for the brain. Just like you have to go to the gym regularly to build muscle, you have to practice English regularly to improve.
Exactly. And the good news is you can practice anywhere. English is everywhere. You just need to pay attention and use every chance to learn.
Sarah, since you're good at English, could you help me with some common phrases for ordering food in a restaurant? I know the basics, but I want to sound more natural.
Of course, when you arrive at a restaurant and the waiter comes, you can start with a greeting like hello or good evening. Then, when you're ready to order, you can say I'd like or could I have? For example, I'd like a cheeseburger, please.
Okay, so I shouldn't just say, give me a cheeseburger, right?
Right. That sounds a bit rude in English. I'd like or could I have is polite and friendly. You can also say, can I get? But that's more casual and often used in American English.
I see. And what if I'm not ready to order yet?
You can say, could we have a few more minutes, please? That tells the waiter you need more time.
That's helpful. And how do I ask for recommendations?
You can say, what do you recommend? Or what's your most popular dish? This is great if you're not sure what to choose.
Nice. And what about drinks?
For drinks, you can say, could I have a glass of water, please? Or I'll have an orange juice. If you want something without ice, you can say, no ice, please.
Good to know. And after we finish eating, how do I ask for the bill?
In British English, you can say, could I have the bill, please? In American English, they usually say, could I have the check, please?
So if I'm in London, I should say bill, but if I'm in New York, I should say check.
Exactly. Also, if you want to pay separately, you can say, could we split the bill? That means each person pays for their own food.
Perfect. I think I'll write these down and practice them before I travel.
Great idea. And one last tip, always remember to say please and thank you. Good manners go a long way in English-speaking countries.
I agree. It's the little things that make communication better. Alex, I think today's conversation was really helpful. We covered so many useful English phrases and tips.
Yes, and the best part is that our listeners can start using these phrases right away in real life. The key is to practice every day, even if it's just for a short time.
I completely agree. Learning English isn't about studying for hours once a week. It's about small, regular practice that builds your skills over time.
Exactly. Think of it like watering a plant. If you give it a little water every day, it grows healthy and strong. But if you only water it once in a while, it struggles. Your English works the same way.
I like that comparison. And the great thing is, you can practice almost anywhere, while walking, cooking, or even before going to sleep.
Yes, you can listen to this podcast again and try shadowing the conversation. Repeat after us, copy our pronunciation, and pay attention to the rhythm of the sentences.
And don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are a sign that you're learning. Every time you correct a mistake, you're improving.
That's so true. In fact, I always tell learners, don't aim for perfection. Aim for progress.
Well said. So, to our listeners, your challenge for today is to pick 3 new words or phrases from this episode and use them in your own sentences. You can say them to yourself, write them down, or even practice with a friend.
And if you do that every day, just imagine how much better your English will be in a month.
Exactly. And remember, learning English should be enjoyable. If you enjoy the process, you'll stick with it longer and see faster results.
All right. That's all for today's episode of Learn English Quickly with Podcast. Thank you for listening, and we hope you learned something new.
We'll be back soon with more conversations, tips, and vocabulary to help you speak English with confidence. Until next time, keep practicing and keep learning.